Most people who think they're not smart, they aren't actually dumb. They just never trained how to communicate effectively. And this is where so many people miss the point. Think back to English class. How many of us really took it seriously? It's our native language, right? We already speak it. So you think, why does this even matter? But here's the secret. English class was never about learning how to talk. It was about learning how to think. It was designed to teach you how to organize your thoughts, expand your vocabulary, structure your arguments, interpret complex information, and express your ideas clearly. That's what creates what we perceive as intelligence. Let's look at a real-world example. Kai-san. He's openly admitted he didn't take school seriously, and said himself he didn't do well in English. But is he dumb? Obviously not. The guy built one of the biggest streaming empires in the world. That takes incredible awareness, creativity, and strategy. But here's what people are noticing now. He's actively trying to sharpen his articulation. He's reading more, speaking more clearly, and trying to expand how he expresses himself. Why? Because at the highest levels, communication becomes your leverage. You can have the most incredible, world-changing ideas in your head. But if you can't structure them and explain them clearly, people will just assume you're not that intelligent. That's just how society works. Most high-paying influential rooms don't reward raw IQ. They reward articulation. The person who can explain an idea clearly is the one who wins. And this should be a wake-up call for a lot of people. If you've ever told yourself, I'm just not that smart, you probably just didn't take English class seriously. Not because you couldn't pass, but because no one ever explained why it was so important. You weren't being trained to speak a language you already knew. You were being trained to elevate how you think. When you read complex material, you expand your vocabulary. When you write essays, you learn to structure arguments. When you analyze literature, you practice interpretation. That is literally intelligence training. But when you skip that, you don't lose your intelligence. You lose your confidence in expressing it. And that's when you start believing you're dumb. Here's another truth people often avoid. Discipline. Most people aren't dumb. They're just undisciplined. They never built habits like reading consistently, writing clearly, or simply thinking before they speak. And here's the biggest hack I've learned. Just pause before you speak. Most people rush to fill silence. But if you take just 1 second to fully process your thought and then say it slowly and clearly, you instantly sound sharper. Not because you magically got smarter, but because you slowed down. The deeper message is this. You are not stuck with whatever label school gave you. You're not bad at English. You might just be undertrained in articulation, and that is completely fixable. Kai-san proves something powerful. You can achieve massive success without taking school seriously. But if you want to level up and get into those rooms where communication truly matters, you have to train the skill. English class was never about the language. It was about sharpening your mind. And if you missed it back then, the good news is, you can start training it right now. Thanks for watching. Follow for more breakdowns that will make you sharper.